Yeah, we back. Let me get my real quick. Won't take me long. Give me a second. What up? How y'all guys doing? We back. Swillis Podcast. Yes, your humble host Danny D, and we are here. And we are here. Yeah, we back. We in the building. What's going on with you? How y'all feeling? How's y'all Friday night? I know y'all getting ready to go out and go start some shit, get into some mischief and stuff. You know, it's kind of how it was when I was a youngster. When I was out here doing my thing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I caused a lot of mischief. I liked it. It was the thing to do when you're that kind of age. You know what I'm saying? When you're that young, you gotta cause. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make your mark. So you might have to do a little thing. Do a thing or two. Go out here and shake a tail feather, like they say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But the one thing, the reason why you got to do that kind of stuff when you're young, and when you have the time to do it, because you can't take those times for granted. They're just it's not worth taking for granted. You got to have fun, man. Get out here and, like I say, shake a tail feather. Get out here and have a good goddamn time. So the reason why this show tonight is called Internal Strife. You know how many people got that shit? You know how many people got internal strife? All these damn. Let's listen to some music. Goddamn with this, man. We're gonna have to listen. We gotta jam out a little bit in this, man. You know, this is gonna be one of the shows you gotta listen to here. So check this shit out. Internal strife show. Check this shit out right here, man. We gotta listen to some music though. You know, let us get off. What's your hand in my eye? That's a nice little. I like the elements. We're gonna rock with that. Cause let me tell you something, man. Internal strife is when you're not in a position or you're not in a situation to be your complete and total all the way self. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you want to be, you can do it. You just have to guard yourself from people that tell you you can't. You know what I'm saying? They're losers anyway. We're a little too loud over here on the music tip. Yeah, I like it though. Love the horns. But yeah, we're gonna deal with it though, cause it's dope, man. We gonna rock through it, cause when it comes to internal strife, I say again, man, it's like you want to do some shit. You wanna meet your you want to develop. You want to get to a place where you can really say, damn, man, all right, I hit the pinnacle. I arrived. I got up there. I wanted to see what it was like to do something that you wanted to do, and you really finally got a chance to do it, and you got it done. As a feeling of accomplishment. That accomplishment gives you the rights to say, yeah, I could do something like that, but I want to do something else and different. So you continue on being progressive in your thought and your mind and the way your concepts come together. So that makes you become a better version of yourself. But check it out. Internal strife, man, is what makes you better. First whip moment. What we do when we young. We cause a lot of mischief. That's the first whip moment. Cause a fuck ton of mischief. Yeah. Why? Because we got to know things. Sometimes knowing things, whether they come out good or bad, ain't it a lesson? And aren't you alive? You got all your limbs. You know, the 80s babies, man, Generation X, 60s, 70s, and 80s, man. I would say the 70s and 80s, the Generation X clan, man, hey, we played with fire, we got burned. At least we knew. We learned a valuable lesson. Don't play with fire. We rode in cars with no seatbelts and shit like that. And we saw our parents didn't do it, but if they got a car accident, we on the other side of the goddamn, on the other side of the car. Shit, man, there was a lot of mortality type of trauma led lives in those times too. You got to understand, people drunk and drove, did all kind of every drug in between and all outside of the game. We lived in harsh times in them Generation X's. My time when I was a youngster growing up, man, it was rough. So causing mischief, man, that's kind of what we had to do to stay entertained. That's why you got gaming consoles. They had to do shit to keep us out the street, keep us from doing and creating mischief for our neighbors and other peoples. And man, we used to do shit like call people on the phone, call out relatives on the phone, any phone number that you meant. Because we had memories like computers back in the day, man. We used like, I know such and such number. And my sister, she was better than everybody, man. She was like, dot number this. And then we used to go, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better run and go catch that motherfucker then. Yeah, we was some fucked up little kids. We used to do anything for entertainment. Not too far. But like, man, that shit was fun the way we used to get out, because just starting causing mischief and shit. It was harmless though. We didn't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's how we got through the days and nights of being in the company of, truth or dare, all these little games of, it was kind of harmless though. You know what I'm saying? All we were doing was exploring. So causing mischief at one point in time was just harmless. It was a way to explore, to have fun, and see how far your mind could escape into something, mischievous, harmless. Of course, they're good and bad to everything. How would you know if you're doing good if you ain't never did no bad shit? Stop lying to yourself. But anyway, the problem that you got with internal strife is you got to deal with certain people with personalities that they learn. They play both sides. That's the next moment. Motherfuckers that play both sides of the coin. Dangerous, lying, manipulative, mischievous, never heroic. Always want to tell the stories, but they always get stuck in the end. You know why? Because everybody knows your ass you don't commit to nothing. You'll talk shit with them. You'll talk shit with them. You slide your ass over here and slide your way back over there because you like to play both sides. That's low life shit, man. That's like, shit's crucial, man. Motherfuckers that play both sides of the coin, you can never trust that type of person. They're devious and deceitful and despicable and disrespectful. As soon as they don't get what they want, they'll cut your ass off like a goddamn. You over with. Shit over with, pimpin'. That's it for you in their life, in their mind, in their heart and soul. You have wronged them because you ain't do what they fucking wanted you to do. Can't live like that, man. Them playing both sides type of motherfuckers, man, all they do is start problems. They start the war. They want their cake and they eat it. All you got to do is commit and be committed to who you want to be and how you want to be it. That's all you got to do. So therefore, you ain't got to play both sides. You can just tell the truth and say what the hell you want, how you want it to be. Don't play both sides. Be. Damn. But so many people are so fragile, weak, and feeble. You can't tell them the truth because they don't want to hear it. They love a fabrication, though. Love somebody to tell you some bullshit that just ain't true because you want to suck it the fuck up the way you want to see it. That's how that shit be in you, in your mind, the way you think, the way your thought process function. You better get rid of that shit because that's some shit you make up in your own construct. Wiggling that shit around in your mind on your own terms. Let's get to the next moment. That's power versus nothingness. It's so many people are walking around on the planet with this disillusion type of power that they think they got. Not even understanding That's your world. When you get into this real world, you'll understand how pathetic and worthless you will be treated, regardless how much you get paid. You better understand how to have some dignity within yourself for yourself, because you will be defecated on. What they call shitted on? Yeah, that type. It happens that way because you allow it. Whatever you do in the dark comes to the light. It has no choice. It's a cycle back and forth. Your ass gets so delusional that you think you hiding what you doing when everybody see you, and then when the sun come up, you like, I'm still doing it. Still doing that shit, ain't you? Mm-hmm. Because that's how you really get out. And you done brought yourself to the point where you don't even give a fuck no more. You just ready to cash out. That's all people. I'm not defecating on nobody. I'm just telling you how y'all motherfucking move, and you ain't got no vision. But when you live a public lifestyle, then everybody can see your dirt, but you feel like you a normal person, but everybody know your business, how you move, you global, you goddamn got it all. You got fame, infamous. Yeah, how many people want to be infamous? Y'all would think I want to be infamous. No, I have something to say, and I keep it at that. I keep it humble and cool on this motherfucker, man. I don't be trying to get out here and just outrun myself. That makes no sense. I don't want to ruin myself, man. I'm trying to decrease, minimize, age backwards, be in tune, be divine. Garner and carry and distribute my own life from inside out. That's all. That's how that goes. So power versus nothingness it's a perception that you have of yourself that everybody else don't share. That's called cognitive dissonance. That means you live in delusion. Your life don't play the part that you think it plays. The only thing you do is get out here and try to persuade, manipulate, and carve out a little old place. You should dig out a cave that you can hide in, because that's where, when it all falls out, when you really have to deal with you for real, even though you don't want to. Yeah. All you motherfuckers. You whores and whore ass niggas. All in the same. Straight up. But anyway, how shit really fall out is the next week moment. Is these improper exchanges. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers. It has to do with men that are shit my age, fucking 20-year-olds. Look what happened to old Shannon ass, man. You got like ladies in their 60s, they want 24-year-old dick. You 60, you're an old ass lady. That shit is inappropriate. And when you got sons that are older than him, what the fuck are you doing? Ain't no pussy rejuvenation good enough to make me fuck a 60-year-old. I'm 45. That's too old for me. He at least needs to be 55. That's what I would think. That's what I would say. I mean, but that shit, them inappropriate exchanges is just, it's daunting. It's like, no, you do goddamn over that shit, man. Just like you old niggas, man. You 55 and you want a 20-year-old. You want somebody 25. Can't she at least be 40? Fuck wrong with you? Can't she be 35? Something? I don't have a problem with a 15-year, 20-year gap at specific ages, but god damn, man, 19 and 40 don't go. And your old ass trying to live a whole nother different kind of life and re-raise a girl that's going to tear your old ass up, fuck young niggas. You ain't gonna know it. She gonna get rid of your ass, and you gonna be through with this whole equation because you can't raise no goddamn woman. They got that. That's that Latin culture shit. They be, so some women they be wanting that game, and it's proper in some order now. Don't get me wrong. It's an appropriate situation in most regards. But when you trying to do all this reinventory shit as if you fucking with somebody you can't relate, and it's just a physical type of exchange, man, you a fucking loser. You crazy. You'll throw away everything that you've achieved for some snatch. You ain't never fucked enough. That's probably your problem. You ain't got no pussy. That's why them cats that get married too young, or people that lie to themselves and act as if desire isn't real. That's some low. That's you're delusional too. It takes work to have an active, beautiful partnership, relationship, marriage. Those things come with grooving with each other, putting time in with each other, sharing with each other, communicating with each other, thinking about each other. Sure, you have to live. You can't be in each other's ass all fucking day, but goddamn, you have to think about who you with. And if you don't want to do that, then you don't really want to be with somebody. You want to deal with a person on your terms, and you should just accept that and say that shit too. It's about time and people. If you are a timing person, that means you have time. You got to have time for your wife. You got to have time for your family. You have the time to develop and grow together in synchrony. You have to synchronize these type of things so that we can have balance and order, and we know how to go out into society to have that feeling that you need, that love, and people can smell and feel the love on you, because the work starts in the house. Just like I told my daughter, you think you can go to that schoolhouse and live, and you think you can just go in and do whatever fuck thing they say? You come home and treat us like we ain't nothing? You can't do that shit, girl. You represent us here, right here in your home. So you get your lessons from home, and that's what you take to that schoolhouse and beyond. That's how that shit go. Dig that? Anyway, next what moment? See, power versus nothingness again. Power versus nothingness. You're fighting nothingness. Put that attention into you so that you can go a little deeper in, a little higher into your own persuasion and equation. That's the math, and you want the sums of the equation. Dig that. Okay, next what moment? We've already talked about improper exchange, but let's talk about guts and glory. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good guts and glory. If you ain't got no guts, there will be no glory. If you can't put it on the line, if you can't bet it out, if you can't say, hey, this is what I need to do, you have to have a plan. Like they say in Higher Learning, what he told Mr. Williams, you have to have a plan. So no guts, no glory. You got to think about these equations like this. If I can't sacrifice this, and knowing that I can put my energy here and get here, to believe in what my capabilities are and what I have to do to show, improve, and get to that next point or plateau, I have to do one thing: be gutsy, bet on myself. Know I can do it too, because I'm seeking the return, just like the sum and even the mathematics. If you got the work and the skill set and the ethics and the act right to get to that next plateau, that moment, guess what you're going to do? You're going to succeed. And when you succeed, guess what happens? That comes the reward. You reap the rewards from your efforts, your elements, and the things that you have put into motion in order for you to succeed and reach the next pinnacle, a step after that. Yeah, that's how that go. No guts, no glory, man. Next what moment? You have to understand where and how these times are developing right now. You got to understand these are the fucking Hunger Games. They are setting it up right now, making people starve, making neighbors enemies. being strategically wicked in the pursuit of actions of how to handle a free people. Sound familiar? See, now nothing can be hidden under this, under the dome. Nothing's new under the sun. Nothing's new under the dome. Cycles repeat themselves, because if you understand one thing about living here in Terraria on this planet, it's a fighting against you nature. I bet your ass won't sleep outside. You can get bit by a black widow. You can get bit by a snake. You can even sleep on a fucking park bench. If you ain't got a blanket, you can get fucked up. It's gonna be an uncomfortable. They sleep outside, and you see how Terraria would get your ass. Why do you think we sleep indoors and build places that keep certain elements out? Because we are what? People with intelligence to preserve. People with an intelligence enough to preserve. But some people prefer living outside. They call it roughing it. Even when I was in the Marine Corps, I ain't like sleeping outside. You have to make the best out of situations. But I was never a fucking fan. Serious. Civilized. But made a fucking builds character. It makes you appreciate, so many elements about, simple things in life, like a refrigerator. But first and foremost, being able to bathe with clean water. The only thing I think about when I'm in the field, when I was out there, and when I was in the Marine Corps, and I was in the field, or I was in the combat, I was in overseas. One thing you want to think about when you damn get back to the USA, you like, man, I want to shower and I want to see my family. I want to shower, a real shower. I want to change my clothes. I want to put something on that's just clean and just fresh and just smells like fresh air. That's how you feel, man. That shit is captivating when you have been so uncomfortable for days, months, and years at a time, and you finally get a shower. You get to get all of the filth, elements of dirt, life, experience. You get the chance to renew yourself and process everything that dirt powerful. Because when the dirt is on you, you got to understand that experience is fucking real. So when you bathe and you renew, you have to relive and reflect on those experiences that actually happened to you. And when you feel like you process it and you understand how you've changed after the processing is complete. You have changed, you have upgraded, you have done something, you have become anew, but you have to deal with that going forward. The Hunger Games, all these different actions, and living in a civilization where people are not really concerned with nothing but self and how self can feed or be. Hunger Games. Anyway, next moment. Some people say, and I'm a firm believer, all's fair in love and war. Some people win and lose because they choose to. You're not learning the lessons. You're trying to prove a point. That's egoic. You're not trying to go with the ebb and flow. You're trying to create new patterns in shit that's more powerful than you. Again, you want to be seen. You don't want to listen. You're not a good listener. You're not a good observer. You're not a good absorber. Your whole meaningless is to think of how you can manipulate the elements of your desires. That's not a way of living, and that's not a way of contributing. That's a way of demeaning, pressing, not even participating. But all's fair is love and war, right? Think about your situation for you. Everybody want to make themselves happy, right? Next what moment? Can you live with your decisions? Most people want to make decisions and they want to do them, but can you live with them? Can you orchestrate properly? Can you overcome? Can you endure what you did? Does it outweigh what you have? Understand, value is not in what you do, is how you do things and how you pursue what you need to do for you. The one thing you have to understand about living life is this is the next moment. It's called the haunting. Is your heart as light as a feather? All the shit that you want to do, can you live with it? Can you? Can you? Before you cross over, your heart has to be as light as a feather. The scales of Ma'at Tahuti, Mahat and Tahuti, husband and wife, truth, reciprocity, justice, order, and you have the path, the way, the unity, the balance within self, the masculine and the feminine. How does one pair? Haunting can be very daunting. You have to make good decisions. You have to stop thinking like you're smarter than everybody else. Everybody has a brain too. We all think to our capacities. And some people don't so much. So that's not true. Everybody doesn't think to a high capacity. Some people are a little on that slow drip. But anyway, that's the show tonight. Internal strife is a motherfucker, man. But when you learn to seek peace, you breathe better. You relax. You release all old shit. All you want to do is embrace the new, the future, what's in front of you, what you have to do for you and yours. That's the show tonight, people. I love you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And understand one thing. You know, this favorite part of the show. I salute you now. But dig this. Come on, say it with me. The will is yours. Be easy, my people. Also, keep it cool.